Sciatica is one of the most common types of pain in people over 60. Yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. Many people feel the pain start in the lower back, then travel into the hip, down the back of the leg, and sometimes all the way to the foot. It can feel like sharp needles, burning heat, numbness, or tight spasms, making walking, sleeping, or even sitting still difficult. Because the pain shows up in the leg, many assume the problem is in the leg, but the truth is different. The root of sciatica almost always begins in the lower back, where the sciatic nerve, the longest nerve in the body, is formed from the L4, L5, and S1 vertebrae. When these vertebrae become compressed or narrowed due to aging, poor movement patterns, or natural degeneration, the nerve gets pinched, like an electrical cable pressed too tightly. That's when the pain starts to radiate downward. In older adults, the most common cause isn't a herniated disc, as many believe, but lumbar spinal stenosis. Over time, the discs lose hydration, the joints stiffen, and the space for the nerves becomes smaller. This leads to pain, numbness, and weakness in the legs. But here's the most important message. This is not a life sentence. Sciatica is your body's way of asking for better care and better movement. With the right gentle, intelligent exercises designed specifically for people over 60, you can reduce pressure on the nerve, ease the pain, restore flexibility, and regain confident movement in your daily life. The first exercise, known as the Z position, is one of the simplest techniques that can bring almost instant relief from sciatica, especially for adults over 60. It doesn't require strength, flexibility, or high mobility. Instead, it uses your own body weight and the support of a chair or sofa to help release pressure in the lower back. When the sciatic nerve is compressed, the goal isn't to stretch the legs hard or push your body down. The real goal is to unload the lumbar spine, and the Z position does that naturally and safely. To begin, lie on your back on a firm surface, a stable mattress, a yoga mat, or even a sofa. Place a thin pillow under your head so your neck stays neutral. Then lift your legs and rest your calves on a chair or the edge of a sofa, so your knees form a 90-degree angle directly above your abdomen. From the side, your body will look like the letter Z, your upper body horizontal, thighs vertical, and lower legs horizontal. Let your arms relax by your sides, palms up or down, whatever feels comfortable. Once you're in position, the most important thing is relaxation. Breathe slowly and deeply. Each time you exhale, imagine your spine melting gently into the surface beneath you, releasing tension from your lower back. Hold this position for 5 to 10 minutes. If you feel noticeable relief, which many people do, you can stay longer. Up to 15 to 20 minutes. This isn't a workout. It's a gentle therapy powered by gravity and calm breathing. Physiologically, the Z position reduces pressure on the discs, those small cushions between the vertebrae that often get compressed when we sit or stand too long. By elevating the legs, the pelvis shifts and the lower spine opens slightly, giving the sciatic nerve more room. This is especially helpful for people with spinal stenosis or degenerative changes in the spine, conditions common in older adults. Elevating the legs also improves circulation and reduces swelling in the feet and ankles, which often happens as vein function decreases with age. Some people enhance this exercise by placing a warm towel or heating pad on the lower back. Gentle heat helps relax the muscles, improves blood flow, and speeds up pain relief. You can do this exercise anytime during the day, but it's especially effective in the evening after activity or when the pain first appears. The Z position is the first step in unloading the body, preparing you for the next exercises like gentle spinal flexion and core activation. When practiced consistently, it doesn't just reduce pain, it helps older adults rediscover the natural softness and mobility of their spine. After your body has been decompressed with the Z position, the next step in relieving sciatica is creating more space for the sciatic nerve inside the spine. The second exercise, Seated lumbar flexion is especially effective for adults over 60, particularly those dealing with lumbar spinal stenosis, a condition where the nerve gets squeezed whenever you stand, walk, or even arch your back slightly. The strength of this exercise lies in its simplicity. No equipment, no floor work, no physical strength required, just a stable chair. Despite being so simple, the impact is powerful because this movement gently opens the space between the vertebrae, giving the nerve more room to breathe, just like the doctor in the video described. To perform it, sit on a chair with both feet planted firmly on the floor, creating a stable angle between your thighs and lower legs. Place your hands lightly on your knees or thighs. Choose whichever feels more natural. Slowly slide your hands down your legs as you bend forward. The key is not to force a deep bend. Just go to the point where your lower back feels released. No sharp pain, no aggressive stretch. As you bend, let your back round naturally. Don't tense or stiffen it. Hold the position for about 5 seconds while breathing deeply. Then gently return to the upright sitting position. Without rushing, repeat this movement 10 times. If possible, do this exercise 2 to 3 times a day for the best results. The magic of this exercise comes from its biology. When you bend forward, the lumbar vertebrae open up slightly, increasing the diameter of the spinal canal and giving more room to the sciatic nerve. For someone with spinal stenosis, this movement acts like a rescue switch, easing the tingling, burning, or electric shock sensations down the leg. Many people describe it as turning off the electricity, running down their leg after just a few repetitions. This exercise also softens the muscles of the lower back, hips, and glutes, muscles that often become stiff from long periods of sitting or inactivity. When those muscles loosen up, the spine moves more freely and is less likely to pinch the nerve. There's one important sign you should watch for: centralization. If, during the exercise, the pain in your leg begins to move upward toward the lower back, that's a very good sign. The nerve is being freed. But if the pain spreads farther down the leg, intensifies, or causes more numbness, stop the exercise and seek professional guidance. You can use this exercise between walking sessions, before bed, after waking up, or anytime your back feels tight. Practiced consistently, it prepares your body for the third exercise, core activation, which builds the strong foundation needed to prevent sciatica from returning. After reducing pressure on the spine and creating more space for the sciatic nerve with the first 2 exercises, the final step, and the most crucial one, is activating and strengthening the core muscles. This deep muscle group, located in the abdomen, lower back, and pelvis, works like a natural support belt that stabilizes the entire spine. For adults over 60, these muscles often weaken due to years of limited movement, forcing the spine to take the load every time you stand, walk, or bend forward. When the core is weak, the risk of sciatic nerve compression rises sharply, and pain can return even after treatment. To begin this exercise, lie on your back on a firm surface such as a yoga mat, a hard mattress, or a sofa. Bend your knees with your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart for stability. Place your hands on your stomach or beside your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, gently draw your lower abdomen inward and feel your lower back slowly press into the surface beneath you. This is not a hard crunch, it's a light, controlled tightening, almost like you're trying to zip up a pair of pants that fits a little too snug. Hold the gentle contraction for about 3 seconds. Then relax. For beginners or those with significant pain, this abdominal contraction alone is enough to activate the deep core muscles. When your body becomes familiar with the movement, you can add a small lift of your head and shoulders, just a few centimeters, during the exhale. Remember, the goal is not to do a sit-up. The lift simply increases activation. Do not pull on your neck or tense the back of your head if your neck gets tired. Return to the easier version. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions per set, and aim for 2 to 3 sets per day. Your progress will come naturally. First with gentle abdominal activation, then holding longer, then adding the shoulder lift, and eventually coordinating deep breathing with a controlled core contraction. Physiologically, activating the core stabilizes the entire lumbar spine. When your core is strong, the vertebrae stay aligned, reducing movement that can irritate or pinch the nerve. At the same time, the deep abdominal and pelvic muscles work together to distribute forces better when you stand, sit, twist, or bend. Many older adults notice that after consistent practice, they can stand up more easily, feel less gripping pain across the lower back, and regain confidence in every movement. You can do this exercise in the morning before getting out of bed to wake up the core, or in the evening before sleeping to reduce tension. Practiced regularly, this technique becomes the key to preventing sciatica from returning and to giving your spine long-term stability. After learning the 3 essential exercises to relieve sciatica, an equally important step is avoiding the daily habits that quietly keep the pain alive, or even make it worse. Many people over 60 don't realize that small behaviors like sitting incorrectly, pushing themselves to walk too long, or refusing support when moving around are often the hidden culprits behind persistent nerve compression. Below are the 3 most common mistakes, and why they matter. Mistake 1. Trying to keep the back perfectly straight all day. Many people have been told that sitting up straight is always good, and even necessary, for a healthy spine. But for someone with sciatica or lumbar spinal stenosis, forcing the back into a rigidly straight position actually increases pressure on the vertebrae, narrowing the space around the sciatic nerve and worsening the pain. The spine naturally has gentle curves. When you try to hold it in a perfectly straight line, you unintentionally create more tension in the lower back. Solution: allow your spine to relax into its natural curve, especially when watching TV, reading, or resting. Choose semi-reclined positions. Use supportive chairs or sofas, and alternate between sitting, standing, and walking so you're not stuck in one posture for too long. Mistake 2. Walking too long without breaks. Walking is great for overall health, but it's not always the best approach for people with sciatica caused by spinal stenosis. During walking, the lower back tends to extend slightly, increasing pressure inside the spinal canal and squeezing the nerve even more. The longer you walk, the more the pain travels down the leg, leading to fatigue and loss of confidence in movement. Solution: instead of walking 20 to 30 minutes straight, break it into shorter intervals of 5 to 10 minutes. Between intervals, sit down and perform 1 to 2 rounds of the seated lumbar flexion exercise. This smart walking strategy significantly reduces pain and gradually increases your walking tolerance. Mistake 3. Avoiding the use of a cane or walker. Many older adults avoid using a cane or walker because they fear looking weak or dependent. But refusing support forces your spine to absorb more load, making the lower back work overtime to keep your balance. This increases the risk of falls and worsens nerve compression. Solution: using a cane, a walker, or a rollator with a seat is a smart and protective choice. These tools reduce pressure on the spine, improve stability, and allow you to rest when needed. Every pain-free step is progress, not weakness. By understanding and avoiding these mistakes, you build a stronger foundation for the 3 exercises to work at their best. You'll reduce sciatic pain faster, keep it from returning, and regain a sense of control over your daily movement. If you've made it this far, it means you haven't given up on your body, and you're still searching for ways to heal yourself. That alone is the first, and most important, step on your recovery journey. Many people believe that after age 60, the body can no longer change, but years of working with older adults, and the experience of countless physical therapists and specialists, prove the opposite. The body can always improve when you give it patience, the right movements, and enough time. Sciatica is not a life sentence. It's simply your body asking for better care, for release, gentle movement, and the support it needs at the right moment. The 3 exercises you've learned are not magic, but they are simple, safe, and powerful methods that, little by little, reduce pressure on the nerve, restore mobility to the spine, and bring back ease to every step you take. You don't need to change everything in a single day. You just need consistency. One exercise at a time. One slow breath at a time. One moment of listening to your body at a time. Every time you choose movement over discomfort, every time you give yourself a few minutes of care, you are giving yourself the chance to live with more comfort, more independence, and more energy. Remember this. Your body has not abandoned you. It's simply asking for your attention. And by starting this journey, you've already taken the most important step toward a life free from sciatica pain.